your ball in the trees and then you lip out the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us. 'Cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Hello, and welcome down to another episode of the Rough Cut Golf Podcast, where you are joined by the four horsemen of the apocalypse and my dog Murph, who is running around the studio. I'm looking after him today, so if you do see his head pop up, that's a little nice treat for you watching the videos, or if you do hear him bark, that means I need to give him a treat.
Can we have like loads of pies in the comments for Murph? That'd be great.
Pies?
Yeah, you can get like a pie, like a pie emoji.
Yeah. Mick exclusively feeds him Marks and Spencer's pork pies when he comes to the office.
Yeah. It's a very bougie dog.
Dog, yeah. And then like, it's one of those things where... Do you know, like when you go to your grandparents' house and they would act surprised at something happening, even though they instigated?
Yes.
So it's like Murph runs straight over to Mick, sits in front of him, like demanding pork pie, and Mick's like,
"Why are you
here? I can't believe you come to me.
What's wrong?
Oh, this is such a surprise!" And then just in his hand, he has this pork pie, just instantly ready at all times.
The problem is that because I've like raised him on the Marks and Spencer's pork pies. Now you're offering Morrison's, he like
I can honestly say, hand on heart, that he will eat any pork pie.
He will. Yes.
I took him on a walk yesterday and he was eating mud. So I don't think his diet is...
Do you think maybe you need to feed him a bit more?
Right. We went for a really nice walk yesterday. Hello. Went for a really nice walk yesterday to Lud's Church. Have you been to Lud's Church? It's in the Peak District. It's one you always see on Instagram.
Right.
It's
one
like
of them.
Top walks to do. It's like it's go through like this little gorge. It's really, really pretty.
Nice.
And now it's got a river. It's got all this beautiful thing. Like we took Murph down to the river. Have a drink. He's like, no. Literally ran up and started to drink out of what I can only assume was a poo oil-filled puddle, which is about this big.
He's a man of very specific taste.
Not good taste, but he wants a more mud puddle.
All he's doing is looking directly at my pockets because that's where the treats.
That's where you keep your pork pies. Again, stop keeping pies in your pockets.
I haven't got any. I didn't bring you today because I didn't know you were coming. Otherwise, I would have brought some.
You're like a miner of old, just keeping pies and pasties in your pockets.
Are you coming in tomorrow?
No, he's not coming in tomorrow.
Damn it.
In this episode, by the way, apart from Murph, we have Rory with his first win of the year, and what a fantastic win it was. We've got Bryson on a humanitarian mission to India, by the way, some people making out. We've also got Rick signing with LIV, which I don't know if you've heard about.
No, it was a little rumour that was spread in, and
there was something on the horizon.
Yeah.
What we've been up to, I kind of wrote this down on the notes.
Oh wow, you really did. Not a lot.
Like we've not really done a lot. We came back from the States and we've just been editing, planning. We've not actually done anything.
The fact that you describe doing our normal day-to-day job as not a lot almost explains that, like, how busy we have probably been. Like the fact that we're not in another country is like an anomaly, that like we're not doing something that's outside of here.
That's what I mean. Normally, like during the podcast, it's like, oh, we're recording this from California.
Well, yeah.
That's how like the last 6 months has pretty consistently been. But I think we're going to fall into a pattern this year of going on like a trip. So we're going on another trip to the US in, I think it's something like that.
24th.
So we're going US, and then it'll be probably 2-3 weeks at home. Then it'll be away. So we're going to fall into this pattern of.
How does Carly feel about this, by the way?
She's fine. Yeah.
Got work to do.
She's fine, I think.
She understands.
Maybe. I hope so.
Basically, Pete, we don't. There's probably a weekend after one of those long trips where Pete's like, I'm going to be leaving early on Friday and coming in late on Monday, because Carly is like,
this I'm making up for it this month.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, we're going away this weekend.
The walk was part of it
with the family. Yeah, I gave her a chance to push me in the river. She didn't take it. We're going to go for a walk. We're going for a family kind of weekend this weekend to the rugby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's football, but with hands, apparently.
Okay. You're going to watch the rugby?
Going to watch the rugby.
I thought you were going to rugby.
I thought you were going to Birmingham.
No. Rugby watching. Go to that lovely little town of rugby.
To London,
rugby watching. Yeah, going to England and France.
Oui.
From what we?
Did you say we?
I went oui, but I should have done we.
From what I understand, France are in a very good place at the moment as a team.
Yeah.
They got good cohesion. I think England's quite a young and up and coming group that just need a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
And a few stars to come to the fore.
Yeah, they have their patches, but they can't get over the line.
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's like a big rugby guy. I don't really know.
Yeah.
It's just posh sport, isn't it? So
How are Ireland doing?
Yeah, well, they played England and they were all right first half. I mean, Ireland were poor first half, but England were great. And then second half, it just sort of men v boys at the end.
Ah, not good.
Yeah,
And we've been watching cricket in the office.
We have,
Oh my
yeah.
god, we're like a multi-sports industry channel now.
Maybe we should open it up now.
Yeah.
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Because no other sports matter.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Rory winning at Pebble. Now, I've actually managed to sit down and watch the full back nine last night.
Wow.
Amazing.
And I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
You were only able to watch the full back nine because you were watching it in this country. Did you know that?
No.
Because in America, when they were about to play the last 5 holes, they cut to something else on the coverage. So
Where did the coverage go?
there was a load of adverts, and then the adverts had sound, and the golf didn't, and it was in a tiny little box with a
Or
scoreboard
the
underneath.
playthrough things?
Yeah. So all of the American people were very angry
Well,
on social.
I will go on to say how good the TV coverage looks over here anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's a positive. Rory McIlroy.
Get a VPN.
Yeah. Rory McIlroy won. It's his 27th win on the PJ Tour, and he's the only player, as well as Phil and Tiger, to do that with 4 majors or more.
Wow.
So there was something that was said yesterday, and it kind of resonated a little bit. Like, we do give Rory not exactly a hard time, but we're just certainly I'm so keen for him to win, so keen for him to fulfill what we presume that is his full potential, that I get really, really invested in it.
Yeah.
But we still have to recognise the fact that we're talking about a player who's joined Phil and Tiger as the only place to do something, and he's only 35. Like, technically, he's probably at the peak of his game right now.
Yeah.
So we're lucky to be able to watch one of the best players of all time at his peak still. And I think that maybe just goes a little bit under the radar because it's just kind of expected.
Yeah, it genuinely feels like any time he enters a tournament, like if he doesn't win, it's a disappointment in the general masses of like, oh, he should have won.
Yeah.
And it's not even to the point of like someone like Scotty who basically was winning everything.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, really, how high in a regard. I guess because obviously he is such a fan favorite and people want to see him do well, so that disappointment is always there. I'll tell you one thing I did like is that I usually don't put a circle around this event, and even though it's Pebble, usually I've struggled to kind of get into it, but because it was a signature and the field was so much stronger, I really enjoyed it this time. I don't really get involved, especially when I see it's the Pro-Am as well. Like, I don't really get into that, but it felt like a proper tournament this time.
Did you enjoy that it was a no-cut event?
Yeah, loved it. Loved it.
One thing that did stand out when I was watching it, it was a proper win. Like, it was a proper, I'm going to seize this event.
He went and won it.
But he missed a couple of putts, but overall his putting was unreal.
Yeah.
And it was birdies, it was eagles.
that
He looked
eagle
in
on
control.
Eagle on 15,
15 was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
it-
backed it up with the birdie as well. Stiffed it to like 3 foot and
That eagle on 15 was ridiculous as well.
Yeah.
It was so good.
And the other thing is that it looked like he was birdieing holes that other people weren't birdieing.
yeah.
Like maybe 10 he birdied, and the commentators were like, well, that's the first one of those we've seen all day. So he just clearly had switched something on.
It's just when he's in full flow, he makes things look so easy. And that par 5 that he birdied, he hit a drive of 338 yards. Then he hit a 7-iron 201 yards. It was a little bit downwind, but uphill. It's quite a steep slope.
I mean,
and then he
still.
holds his putt for an eagle.
Yeah.
And it just looks so easy. It looked inevitable. And when you watch him in that, you're like, oh my God, how's he not winning like literally every single week? Like when Scotty wins, you can understand how unbelievable he is, how exceptional a golfer he is, but he makes it look like a lumberjack chopping down a tree at times. Like, Rory looks like poetry in motion.
It's so much more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
It's so
definitely, yeah.
technically beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you say that kind of going for the kill, neck on the throat kind of mindset. We don't really see that from him.
Neck on the throat.
Foot on the throat.
Foot on the throat, sorry.
Yeah.
I've seen in the tooth.
Like,
He
think
puts
about
his
two like necks.
Get press it down.
kind of like
and then,
hugging.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be maybe that's his problem. Maybe he's too nice. Like he goes to put the foot on the throat and actually just ends up hugging somebody a little bit neck to neck.
No, I feel like that's Tommy Fleetwood's problem, is that he's too nice.
Yeah, probably.
Did you see him versus Colin Morikawa on TaylorMade's channel?
Yeah.
And Colin Morikawa's like, with his caddy, they're thinking like, how do we ruthlessly attack these holes? They only played 9. But it's like, how do we ruthlessly attack these? Like, what's the angle that we go for on Sunday? Like, and Tommy's just out there having a great time. He's just congratulating people, saying hi, you know, making jokes. And like, I think what Rory has hopefully got back is a little bit of that like killer instinct that it takes to actually go and win the tournaments. Now, I did a little refresh of my mind on my perspective on Rory McIlroy because the beginning of 2023, I believe, I said that he should take an entire year off, and we can probably find a clip. I said, take a sabbatical, take the entire year off, don't play any of the majors, go and play on some terrible tour somewhere else, learn how to get hungry, learn how to get angry, and then come back and win. And am I completely wrong, or is this new Rory McIlroy ready to win the Masters? Peter Finch.
No, of course he's not going to. He's not going to win the Masters. He's not going to win the Masters.
Yes, he is.
And he's not going to win.
He can with this attitude.
He's not going to win the
PGA,
Masters.
The golf that he played
He's
here.
not
could-
going to win the PGA because he should. And it's been too often said how he should win the Masters, and now it's at Quail Hollow with the PGA how he should win there because he always wins there when there's a tour event. It's just inevitable that something's going to go wrong, and I really hope it doesn't. I really hope I'm mistaken. I really hope that Rory rises to the fore and wins both those majors.
Wow.
I will organise the parade myself.
You heard it here first. Peter Finch is in Manchester.
It won't be a great one.
Stockport.
It'll probably be us just going out for a bite.
Yeah, through your sunroof.
Yeah, I'll invite Rory. Don't think he'll turn up. But it would be amazing.
I so hope it. I remember that.
Well, the Masters invite Rory every year, and he doesn't turn up there either, so it doesn't make any difference.
I want to encapsulate that feeling I had when he was almost winning the US Open. Like, I don't think I've ever felt that much like excitement, but then also anticipation, but nervousness, like for someone to do something. And I can only imagine doubling that if he's coming down 17-18 at Augusta, and he's basically got that green jacket over his shoulders.
He puts his par 3 on 16 into the water.
It's just the golfing world will just share this like ultimate euphoric moment that maybe him winning the Masters will just solve all of world problems. You know,
I think it will do.
Yeah.
I honestly think it will.
That's the catalyst that's gonna. Yeah.
Because like golf is a great sport in many respects because you do have players in the game for this extended period of time. You can build up these stories. And Rory winning the Masters is one of those stories that is now built up over the past almost 2 decades about him not being able to get over the line.
Yeah.
And if he does win, genuinely, even people who don't like Rory will probably be happy for him.
Yeah.
Because it's such a great story of overcoming that adversity, overcoming that mental block. Because we all have it as golfers. There's something within every golfer's mind where they struggle. And to see someone overcome that...
Yeah. We've all struggled to win the Masters.
Yeah. It's like a stupid thing with golf that everyone knows that there's something in there that they really struggle with. And it could be something ridiculous. Like someone could be listening to this, they really struggle with a drive on a hole where they always hit it out of bounds, it always ruins their score. Even getting a straight drive on that hole gives an indication about what it's like to overcome a problem in golf. It's such a mind messing up game.
Yes, did well
Jeez,
there.
yeah, good job on my readings. Really, really paying off there. It's everyone can kind of understand what it means to overcome that adversity in golf, even if from a small scale to a massive one that Rory.
Which is exactly what this is.
But like I said, he's not going to win it. So,
do you think that like this is a different version of Rory that we've seen though? Because like we've done this too many times where like he comes into a year and he starts off like I'm going to be hungry Rory, and then it's angry Rory, and then it's I'm just going to be lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Like everything's
I'm not
going to
practice Rory.
Yeah, it's just like
and
he's
then there's
tried
new putter Rory.
so many different versions.
we'll know. Like we will know if Rory's got a chance to win the Masters if literally 2 weeks before the Masters is like, So this year, I'm trying
Left-handed.
it. And whatever he comes out with, it doesn't matter. Because we just now know that if he says that, it's like, well, his focus isn't.
However, I've seen him in 2 interviews, both of which gave me hope. Because the first one, he said, I have 3 goals left for my career in golf. To win the Masters, to win an Olympic medal, and to win
Away Ryder Cup. Another one, yeah.
And I was like, cool. That all of those things are entirely achievable for you in the next kind of 10 years that you probably have.
We'll knock off 2 this year, and then
which would be exceptional. The other one, in an interview, he said, I want to learn how to be a little bit more like Scotty Scheffler, which is where he doesn't make unforced, silly errors. He plays away from the pins when he needs to. He hits the right club. He hits the right shot. He's not making silly decisions that then jeopardize his chances of winning tournaments. Yeah. And I just think that, I'm saying it again on the podcast, I just think that something's different this time.
Okay.
If you are, however, you are correct. If he's like, I'm only eating biscuits this year, and that's going to do it for me, then we'll know nothing's going to happen.
I'm genuinely worried that he's going to do something like that.
He's like, I've gone meat only and keto, and I now sleep in a hyperbolic chamber.
Yeah,
it's not going to do it. Go and practice, and go and get a coffee. Can't get ready to go and do it at Augusta.
If
you don't have any hope, though, do you?
The problem is, I invest every year a lot of emotional energy.
But that's part of the joy of the season of golf.
It
like
is.
you know, you get into this time of the year. We're not playing any golf over here because the weather's rubbish.
Soon, hopefully, maybe
close. And then like Rory starts to play really well, and then the Masters come a couple of weeks, maybe a month before the Masters, everything kind of hypes up a little bit, and then the Masters happen, Rory doesn't win it, and then the rest of the season plays out all the way up until the Open, and then sometimes the Ryder Cup.
This year is different though because he didn't win the Hero, so like he's going to win it this year.
That's the change.
If he'd have won the Hero, it's like
just same again. I like that.
Same again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is different.
I like that.
Different.
Is this like no good round starts with a bird?
No good year starts with a
win.
Listen, here is for hope in Rory. I really, really hope you get like you said about a new Rory though. Like on the last hole, he hit iron layup, wedge middle of the green, 2 putt for par.
Fine.
Yeah, that's all he needed to win the tournament.
But there was a real discussion going on because they were waiting for Tom Kim to finish the 18th hole in his 12th hour on the course. It was just like this big delay where all the commentators were talking about, what is he going to hit? And they were really split over like, well, driving's his best. He's going to hit driver.
They were having a bit of a
he doesn't know how to lay up.
scuffle, weren't they?
He doesn't know how to not hit driver.
I've never heard some commentators talk about a player who's almost playing as the #1 golfer in the world going, oh, well, that you know what that layup iron's like? Sometimes he likes to tug it over a little bit. It's like, come on now, please.
Yeah, but also, do you not think he learned a flaming lesson from the 18th at the US Open against Bryson, where he could have hit something much more sensible and didn't?
But this is I guess this is the point of picking and choosing his moments, because he'd done that aggressive hard part through 14 to 17, and then he gave himself the opportunity to do that. If he needed to hit driver, then obviously fair enough, par 5 to finish. It is a tricky tee shot in terms of you just have this massive water to your left.
But you're the best driver of the golf ball in the world.
Yeah. And he decided, obviously the way he went, you will now go back and say, well, it was the right thing to do because it won him. But again, if he hit driver and we pulled it left, I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but we'd all be sat there going, why was he not doing that one?
I think Shane's drive helped him out. Do you see Shane's before? Like a little slice that into the crowd. The crowd stopped it from going out of bounds.
Yeah.
So I think that probably made his mind up. Anyway, Rory, congratulations.
The course does look nice though.
Yeah, and the course it's somewhere where we've not played. It's somewhere where we've not filmed. It's somewhere where we need to go. Definitely. And I'll tell you what, Saturday was a little bit grim weather-wise, but most of the time on Sunday it looked amazing. And despite what was happening in the US, the actual TV coverage looked really good. Like there's a few things to notice. The drone tracers.
I sent one to you, didn't I? I was like, oh my god, this is so sick.
17 was it coming down the last few holes yesterday, and they had that kind of side drone pan that was and it had the light. That was good.
Sick. Yeah.
I mean they've got that, and even like the simple things where they've got the shot tracer behind on the tee. Rather than cutting to that stupid angle which has infested the game for the last 50 years, and I don't know why we're still pretending that it means anything. When someone hits, it's almost like somebody did it once in a tournament. Like one cameraman looked up at the ball, managed to track it all the way through the air until it landed on the green, and then the producers went, "Oh hell, Dave, that was exceptional work."
Yeah,
well
but
done.
Dave's had a career now for 40 years because he did that once at some event. They're like, we need Dave.
Well, Dave.
The thing is, it is impressive to be able to track a ball like that. And I've got nothing against Dave. Like, Dave's killing it with that shot. Dave. But the problem is it doesn't show anything. It shows a ball
Sky.
against the sky.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't know what's happening. So like with the shot tracer and just a little bit of zoom.
It
shows so much more.
Context. It's
for,
context.
for what the players are actually experiencing.
Do you feel like... Sorry, go on.
So if they could add something like that and add something maybe at the green that shows a tracer coming in as well, that'd be great.
I've been watching too much YouTube.
Also, do you feel like the coverage would benefit from having more of a YouTube style? Like if it had someone behind zooming in,
they're cutting in front of each other's tracers. And they're all, they're talking to the camera about what they're about to hit.
Like I know we're talking about, that's obviously a lot harder to control. You're going to have people basically doing that on every tee, or if you just had someone set like they do and just doing it. But it would provide more information to us than...
So I'm pretty sure the 4K, the shot tracer zoom, I don't think that's an active zoom. I think it's just a crop of the 4K camera.
Right.
Just going in like a Ken Burns.
Little Ken Burns,
kind of going
Shout out Ken.
1 point. So I don't think it's an actual zoom, because I imagine like zooming in, adding live shot tracer will be I don't know, I imagine it'd be a massive technical problem.
It's a static tracer that they've pushed.
Yeah. But it's good. It's good to see that they're actually changing stuff to make it more watchable, to make it more enjoyable. Yeah. And, fair play.
Well, they've realised that the game has changed very slightly because, their numbers of viewers are down. Things like they're going to introduce rangefinders to try and speed the game up. Everyone's been talking about the shot clock since TGL came in. They've got to do something to make the product that they put out more viewable and more palatable for people who don't have the attention span to watch 9 hours of balls in the air.
There's a lot of letters being sent to PGA players at the minute. Like Charlie Hoffman was the one with we need to improve the pace of play. Yeah. Justin Thomas wrote one like a couple of weeks before saying about how the guys need to get more involved with like in-round interviews.
Personality stuff.
And getting like the TV coverage and making that better, which is good, I guess, because it shows that the players are now actually maybe having more of an active thought process of like, how can we do something to improve this? But as you say, like Tom Kim yesterday was just, I mean, I know he had to go back and hit 3 off the tee on 18, but...
Yeah, that was almost just like a little bit of a cherry on the cake, but also at the same time, that wasn't really his fault because the ball landed on the beach.
Yeah.
And then it got taken out by the tide. So
someone claimed it.
I didn't see that.
He hit it onto the beach and he went down there. And I think a few players had done this. They went down there expecting to see the ball.
Scotty did that as well.
Yeah. But it had been, the sea came and claimed it.
That's like that clip from Monty when he played there in like 91 or something, where the seagull comes and picks up the ball. Have you seen that? He like hits it out and then the ball, it just like follows it and then just like clawing at it.
Mine? Mine?
So that was a bit unfortunate, I suppose. But the general slow play throughout the round, and apparently Tom is quite not renowned, but he is known as a slow player.
Which I didn't really think.
I
guess we don't nearly feel that until people maybe make that apparent, because you obviously don't see him all the time in the coverage. But there are people now that are cropping up multiple times and names are coming up. You're going, okay, well, that's someone.
Everyone knows that person's slow.
Can you imagine getting put in the group with them and you just think...
And the group behind them is Brooks and who
Rahm,
really want to play really quick at the Masters. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe getting some kind of shot clock, maybe just encouraging these players to play faster and actually having penalties in place if it is slow. This is something which has been discussed ad nauseum in the past.
I think we've got to start stroking guys.
I think so. I'm patting him on the head.
That's the Brooks Koepka quote.
I feel like what we've taken from this is you basically could have tuned in yesterday, and watched the 9 holes and seen Rory winning, which is obviously amazing. Tom Kim's slow play, an example of that, and finally him being on the last tee and taking forever.
Larry's taking someone's head off.
And then watching maybe what was the greatest shot that we've seen this year. Maybe we will not see at all.
Like, bear in mind, that last... so Cam Davis hit his approach shot into the par 5 onto the roots of the tree next to the green. A lie that sent literal shivers down my spine when I was looking at it. I was like,
That's a wrist break.
That's a real Peter Finch problem, that one, isn't it?
There's just so much that could go wrong. And the ball was like sat in a tiny little bit of sandy kind of surface in between two big roots. Like, it just didn't look like he'd be able to get the ball out. And he played this miraculous shot to set himself up for a birdie. It was unbelievable. Like, definitely the shot of the day. Definitely one of the best shots I think I've seen. Just because maybe the situation, like, he was never going to win and he could maybe afford to go for it.
Yeah.
But even so, like,
It was unbelievable.
and then he hit that one. Then Rosie's playing partner had that
Chipped in.
chip in with the, with the
Three-wood.
fairway.
Yeah, that was sick.
By the way, Justin Rose does not know how to celebrate.
No. He's doing that like fist bump is his own one move. It's like the low down
Yeah, and
punch up.
It's kind of like punching. It's
It's
like an
his
uppercut.
logo in the next couple of years.
100%.
what he's going for.
Yeah, Rose Clothing's going to have a picture of him.
He's
in
had
this.
like 3 moments now in the past, like however many years, where he's had a logo moment. Yeah, he's got that one. He's got that one. Even when he held that putt and he sort of did the double fist pump.
I think in the Ryder Cup when he like loses it properly, it's good because you can see the emotion and the passion.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he went on the green and he was doing this.
Yeah, but do you see him at TGL as well? He was doing the same
Doing
thing.
the same thing. Like,
God.
I wouldn't say I'm a particularly downer with the kids, but this went out of fashion when I was a teenager.
Yeah, but listen, Justin Thomas wrote them a letter, and they need to show more personality.
personality.
So I honestly, if it means them making fools of themselves, great. We'll learn who the fun people are.
I like Justin. I do.
He's well, I'm saying not even sneaky because he won there a couple of years ago, but he's got a great Pebble record.
He's a player as well. Like for many years, he's been an ultimate like professional, like a professional's professional, and it's paying off now because he's mid-40s and he's still playing this exceptional golf. He's still keeping up there. I'm really big fan of Justin.
Rory's looking at him like, it could be me in 10 years.
Talk about someone who has kept their game in shape, sort of. Rory Cantor. Now, he won on the DP World Tour in Bahrain. Now, I watched a little bit of it. It was a very tight leaderboard.
I watched a bit, yeah.
There were about, I think at one point, I want to say there might have been 12 players at like 12 or 13 under or something going into the, like, it was ridiculous.
Which is what we want to see.
Yeah. And he came through a playoff in the end and won. Congratulations, Rory. I will catch up on the highlights properly. However, one thing which I did see was the trophy.
Yes.
It was
Can't miss it.
a model of a traditional wooden ship, all in silver. Like, it looks so intricate. It looks so amazing. I loved it.
Yeah. It was so good.
Would you say it's the best trophy in golf?
No, I just think it's really up there.
We've got a lot of good ones.
Like, what would you say is the best trophy?
Oh, I don't know, Kieran, what do
It's
you think?
got to be the Hero Dubai Desert Classic, that one, surely.
That is
the coffee
strong.
pot.
They're like
Oh,
giant
yeah.
Yeah, that is
juggy
strong.
boy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The giant chuggy boy.
Yeah, speaking of giant juggy boys, I'll take the claret jug. It means the most. One of the oldest, and lots of very good golfers have drunk beer out of that thing. So,
Well, if Old's coming into it, I'm taking the Leeds Cup.
It's the oldest trophy professional golfer.
if you want to go that video, it's up here.
I like trophies that. I like trophies first of all that have that don't have anything to do with being a trophy.
Yeah.
If that makes
Good.
sense.
Yeah.
So like Arnold Palmer Invitations, a massive sword. Why?
Of course.
Completely pointless.
Yeah.
Like Dubai Desert Classic, a massive Arabian coffee jug.
I like in the Tour Championship staff.
Oh, the
Yeah, I like that
mace.
one,
Yeah,
The big
I forgot
mace
about
thing,
that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I like the tour, PGA Tour Championship as well is the putter as well.
Yes.
Like Calamity Jane replica. Love stuff like that. Golf does have a few stinkers as
What
well.
about a
I don't know
jacket?
what you're talking about.
What?
What about a jacket?
Well,
Like a trophy plus.
the thing is, the actual Masters Trophy is legitimately beautiful.
It's-
like a
isn't it-
replica
isn't it
of
the clubhouse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And then you get like a green jacket.
Yeah. Which
It's
fine.
fine.
Whatever, yeah.
We've all got one.
It's fine.
Apart from you, Rory.
I do like a jacket
Not this year.
trophy combo, though.
What's
I do like
what's the Harbour Town one?
That's like
Well, that's a
Tartan?
tartan
Yeah.
jacket. I can't remember what
I like that.
Don't like that.
You're not a fan of that?
No.
I'll tell you what really is the best one is actually the Hero Challenge for Tiger's Trophy. which is the tiger with his hands
That's ridiculous.
on the world,
It's
and it
awful.
looks like a child has
It
made
is
it.
literally the worst trophy. in the
Paper
world.
Apparently it's
mache.
very heavy, that. I've heard it's very heavy.
Who'd you hear that
It's-
from?
it's-
Someone who's lifted it.
Yeah.
It's filled with disappointment. It's just, yeah, it is like a 6-year-old has made
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Same as that one on the LET, the one that.
Whoa. No, you're talking about the cow.
Yeah, the cow.
Respect the cow.
Everyone knows about the cow.
That's an amazing trophy. It's
I mean,
the
it is.
Swiss
That's
Open.
exactly what I'm saying.
I don't mind the trophies that actually like represent the country. I think they're quite nice in some ways.
Yeah.
It's just some of them just stink. That's the problem.
There's a lot of animal ones though, isn't there? There's like the lizardy one that I can see Hovland holding it.
Oh,
what
God,
is
where
that?
was that? Was that the Punta Cala?
Something
maybe,
like
I
that.
don't know.
Carlo, yeah,
Is it
that's right.
a chameleon?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is kind. I think that's on the edge. It's on the edge, and I know I'm a little bit biased here, but there's things like the Porsche European Open. Mm-hmm. That's obviously not the BMW, which stinks. It's just like a column with like flags on it, like
Yeah.
a golf ball on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it from a generic trophy shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a 1970s office block with
The engravings
aspirations.
like not quite centered.
Yeah, it's not great.
Speaking of cows, shall we move on
Oh wow.
to speaking about Bryson in India? Now that is threefold
Because cows-
the cows and India move on, and it was a good segue.
And Bryson likes cows.
Yes,
He eats beef. There we go.
there we go.
But they don't eat beef in
I
India.
was going to say
Exactly.
Yeah,
So he had to stop whilst he was in India doing
It's
his
very big,
humanitarian.
isn't it? We hope so.
Yeah.
Would have offended a lot of locals.
And he wasn't there to do that. He was there to
No, he's there to
The locals were hyped to have
spread
him
the
there.
word.
He was there to actually grow the game. And I think for the first time in a long time, I actually saw those pictures, saw those videos, and thought,
He's actually growing the game.
actually, he might be growing the game.
He's just growing the game
a little bit. Just before we jump into that, the event he was playing at, it's an Asian Tour event. It's part of the International Series, which is kind of a feeder into LIV.
Yeah.
It's kind of backed by LIV. I'm still not sure the 100% of the kind of intricacies of it. Chance might actually be able to scab an invite
No.
into one of those.
That would be good.
General. No,
Yeah,
see
you need
what-
someone to
see-
shoot 80.
See what happens. 80.
Well,
80.
Luke Kwan did one, didn't he?
He
I'm
did,
pretty
yeah.
sure.
He did.
Ollie Schneiderlins.
I like the first.
Schneiter Jans.
So he was the number one ranked amateur in the world for 41 weeks. I noted it when he was at Georgia Tech, and he came out of Georgia Tech, played on Corn Ferry, won, got onto the PGA Tour straight away. Everyone loved him because he didn't wear a hat. He had a
Robert Rock-esque.
beautiful flow of hair, and he also hit like dirty stingers for no reason.
We like that.
He was one of those guys like on a tee, 440 yards, like it's a driver. Nah, iron stinger.
you.
Thanks for coming. He hit a stinger, and I don't know. We'll have to try and find the footage of it, and hopefully it doesn't get taken down. He hit this stinger that it was on like a raised tee box that went down past the tee
And
box
then raised.
Fire.
yeah, it
Love
looked
those.
unreal. And then he kind of disappeared, and
We found out why, which is insane.
so I knew he got injured.
Yeah.
He's had a double hip replacement.
At 31.
A double hip replacement.
Poor guy.
That's unbelievable. So he's had a double hip replacement, kind of went away. That was in 2022. Now he's come back and he's won this International Series event. I think he won by, he was 4 ahead of Bryson. I know
Yeah.
that. So that's like great story. Like I wonder where he'd gone, and now he's hopefully back.
Do you have to declare yourself a like enhanced athlete if you've had 2 of the major components of the golf swing replaced with robot parts?
I am gonna say that human surgical procedures and prosthetics has not advanced to the stage where they're better than the real thing.
It's not like a Roy of the Rovers situation.
Roy the Rovers.
Yeah,
was
wasn't
that
that-
a football comic back in like the 60s?
Yeah, it was, yeah. I used to get the annuals.
Right.
And they were excellent. And there was a story in there about a bionic footballer. And he had a bionic ear, which helped with his balance. He had a bionic... He had 2 bionic legs, or 1 bionic leg and 1 bionic foot. And he was just unreal.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what happened to this guy.
Rovers top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Roy of the Rovers. Jesus.
Didn't think you were going to do that today, did you? There we go.
I did not expect to hear that.
Whee.
But Bryson kind of went out there and he was doing some clinics. He was spending a lot of time with the fans. It was obviously a move instigated by LIV to get over there and to try and spread the name of the tour and all the rest of it. But by all accounts and from what everyone said, he did a really good job of it. And it's just this continuing transformation of him into probably the most, if not one of the most popular golfers in the world right now.
Yeah.
Certainly one of the most recognizable.
Yeah.
So, fair play. Obviously, I don't know if he was contracted, he had to do it, but he went over there, he did a very good job.
Yeah. He's just continuing to create himself into like a likable person again. But he's now, created himself into this character through YouTube, through doing stuff like this. His US Open win, now he's just presenting himself as a person that everyone in the golfing world continually wants to see. And he's even come out now and said how he'd indicate that he wants to play in TGL, which is just, to me, I think that could be the move that saves TGL.
Bit of personality.
They need personality. They've got some, and you're seeing it come out a little bit more, but really what you're asking for here is just bringing in the best, most likable, entertaining people in golf, and Bryson undoubtedly is one of them.
He would have to join with a LIV team, though. He's already said that he would like to have a go at TGL, but he would want to join with his own team. Which, I mean, TGL could do that. I mean, I don't
have any rules, do they?
I don't know. I mean, I know there's like interconnections between the players and the tours and all the rest of it, but the whole point in TGL is that it is kind of stood at the side. It's a different offering than anything else.
Yeah.
So they should be able to invite whoever they want.
But that's the thing, and I agree, and I think they should be able to. But then in that same, I don't think they should have to bring in some LIV players, and it have to be LIV teams. Because if they're coming into the TGL scope and the world that they've created, then it needs to be in brand with that. Same way as if the LIV wanted some guys to come over, I wouldn't expect like the Boston Common team to go over and play. To me, if you're going to make the move, it just has to be you're coming and you're making the move to TGL. You're not bringing LIV in with it because they're two separate things.
What if Bryson came, but he came as the captain of Team YouTube?
Tubers.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
You,
Tubers, mate.
the Brian Bross, and Bryson.
Tubers.
Maybe you don't play in the first event.
No, I'll be the Kevin Kisser in the first event. He put me in there. Put me in there, coach. I'm ready. Listen,
Yeah, if they need personality hires, you're the right man for the job.
I think whether it's TGL or LIV, the Tubers team is going to happen. Talking about Tubers and LIV.
Okay,
That's
good.
a segue.
Give it a go.
I don't know if anybody's noticed that Rick Shiels has signed with LIV, or LIV have signed Rick Shiels, whichever way you want to look at it. Did you notice?
Sorry, I didn't know.
Zoned out.
I didn't
One
have
too
my
many
finger on the
teasers
pulse,
for me.
unfortunately.
One too many teasers.
He was, signed
Is that what's
by-
happened? Is
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
He's going to be going to all.
Did he just tell you that? I didn't see anything.
I think it was on the internet.
Okay.
I want to say, I think he said he's going to be going to all 14 events. This is the first time I've realised that LIV has 14 events.
What?
Yeah.
I thought
do
they
you
only
think
had
it was
7.
More or less. Oh, you thought it was less?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot less.
I
Yeah.
thought it was less, yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so it's going to be all 14. Filming content with the players. I mean, the reaction has been mixed, I would say. Oddly, kind of like, it seems that Rick's audience reacted to it a lot more negatively than, certainly the UK reacted to it a lot more negatively than US in many respects. And it was a bit of an odd combination. I can't imagine that he would have signed anything or agreed to anything unless he believes that he's going to be making really good content, and unless he's thought it through fully and it's made sense to kind of the business and
Yeah,
kind of
it's,
family, so.
it's very similar to. I know it's not quite the same because they're in different worlds, really. But like it's the same as someone like John Rahm going, right? He must have thought about it first. He must have decided that, yes, I'm going to take a little bit of flack for this, maybe. But there are, in his mind, more positives than there are negatives.
Yeah. I don't know. And I think ultimately we're going to see how it all plays out. I'm pretty sure he's at the first event now.
Yeah, he's in
Saudi
I
now,
think,
yeah.
So anyway, we'll see how it all goes. I got to be honest, I don't really have that strong of a view over it.
I think we spoke about it in the office a little bit when it first got announced. Unfortunately, we had already recorded the podcast that was about to go out when it got announced, so we're a little bit later than we.
This was our 12 episodes ahead.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And I think what the consensus we came to was that like it's an interesting deal, and yes, it's a little bit controversial because of the background of LIV, but we really don't know what it looks like. So like reserving judgment is probably the smart play for now, and it's. Well, congratulations on extra, X amount of cash, I assume. But we really don't know how anything changes for the YouTube stuff, for content in general, for his affiliations,
I would probably say the one thing it does show is, again, like the position that YouTube Golf now has. It's in such a weird spot that I'm pretty sure, like, Rick's the first player to sign, first YouTuber to sign exclusively with a tour. I mean, I don't think it would have come up prior to that. So that in itself is pretty unique, and like compared to what was happening, say 10 years ago, like it's completely wild. Like I think it just show where like YouTube Golf is now. It's like a genuine arm to golf media.
Yeah, I think that was my sort of initial takeaway. Really, was instead of like looking at the move for what it is, seeing what it opens up in terms of now other tours, not naming any in particular, but like just those kind of ideas are now more prevalent, and they might look at things and go, oh, LIV has kind of forced the hand a bit, and they're now working with content creators, and that might open a scope for a PGA Tour or DP World or a TGL, or to have a little bit more of a attempt at bringing other content creators in for themselves.
It'd be interesting because like PGA Tour, they've already kind of intimated they're going to be doing the Creator Classics. Well, 3 of them this year, aren't they? First one's at Sawgrass. So everyone's trying to make moves and kind of try and get the YouTube space a little bit more on board, and to try and venture into that to get that audience to go across. Yeah. If it works, I don't know. Like you said, only time will tell. It's an interesting one. Okay, I think that's probably us about done. How long is that?
We've gone 44 minutes.
This is perfect.
Are we guessing?
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
we are going to now slide smoothly into Guess the Player.
Hello and welcome back to the 2025 edition of Guess the Player, the game where your knowledge of golf history is more important than your ability to actually hit the ball. How the game works. At the end of each episode, I describe the life and career of a famous golfer, and after each clue, these accomplished professionals write down who they think it is. However many hints it takes them to get home is how many shots they took on that hole. So, if you get a par 5 after just 4 clues, you would finish that hole in 1 under par. Here are the current standings. Let's rejoin the action as the players tee off. Yes, welcome back. Now, just a precursor, if you have just listened to the entire episode and you're wondering who the footballer was with the bionic limbs, I've just looked him up. Simon's Secret. Do you remember him? Simon Benson was not very good at football, although he sometimes played for Westlake School's 3rd team. Then he had an accident, was given implants to his left leg, right hand and ear, and became a bionic boy. And this is that's the cover there.
Wow, that is old.
Wow, that's strong, isn't it?
What is going on in it?
That's him getting hit by the plane in the accident.
He got hit by a plane?
I don't know. I think so, maybe. I have no idea. But yeah, if you're wondering what the heck that was about, that's what that was about. And Mighty Mouse, remember this guy?
I'm not a big Mighty Mouse kind of guy.
It's giving me Biff and Chip vibes.
I'm more
kind of. Yeah, it's the same era.
Biff and Chip.
I'm more of a sort of Beano. Dandy, was that another one?
Yeah, it's the same era. Roy the Rovers was like a magazine that you got, but then they did like an annual at the end of the year, like here's all the best stuff. Yeah. That was where that guy was.
Yeah, I remember reading some comics of those back in the day that my dad used to have. Like they're old, like proper old school.
Yeah,
he's old.
Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the only ones I read because I was straight down the mill after that. So
yeah, grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, today I have formulated a lovely par 4 for you here.
Okay.
Oh, hello, man.
Oh, there he is.
Yes.
First appearance.
What's up, brother? He may make a short appearance earlier in the episode because I filmed him a little bit while you were talking. Come on, get up there. Yes, Murph.
There we go.
Murphy.
Hello.
That's going to play.
Okay, Murph, you need to guess who this golfer is. You know the rules?
Oh, there's so many puns, I'm sure, in that.
Yeah.
I honestly think he might do better than Kieran.
Yeah. We'll see if he hits his first shot into the rough.
It's poor Drake Harrington.
Everyone's thinking of one. Everyone's thinking of one.
Drop him down below.
If you've got a dog-related golf pun, stick it in the
please,
comments.
get into
Here we go. Shot number one. This
really nice.
is everyone listening? Concentrate. Come on, Murph. Concentrate. This player was born 21st of June 2002. This player was born 21st of June 2002, the same day as Chris Pratt, Lana Del Rey, and Rebecca Black of Friday fame. Friday.
Sunny, waking up in the morning.
Who's gonna guess?
Gotta go down it.
Who apparently now is a DJ.
2002. 2002.
And when's it? No one's 2000 and something. That's way too young.
Dude.
Have you seen that video? That's a compound sense.
I'm just trying to figure out in my head like how old that is.
23, 22, whichever one.
Is it like a young person?
A real young person.
Jeez.
Oh my God, that's so annoying.
Has he just written it down? Oh, why? You don't know he knows.
No, he hasn't. But I have nicely there now. He doesn't know.
There's a beep.
Oh, there you go.
47. Shot number two. Shot number two. When he became the second youngest ever winner on the Asian Tour, the event he won in India was reduced to 54 holes because of smog. When he became the second youngest ever winner on the Asian Tour, the event he won in India was reduced to 54 holes because of smog. There may be some clues in these clues.
Clues within clues. Interesting.
Yeah, everyone calls him Smog. I'm kidding.
Oh, my goodness.
Murph, who have you got?
Murph actually told me the answer. So.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Just going to keep it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Rolling it over.
Rolling it over.
Here we go. Shot number 3. This is for birdie. In October 2023, he joined Byron Nelson as the only golfers to have won the same PGA Tour event twice in the same season. In October 2023, he joined Byron Nelson as the only golfers to have won the same PGA Tour event twice in the same season.
What does that mean?
How? What does this mean?
What does it mean, Murph? What does it mean? I know.
I don't know either, Mark. In the same season.
Can you just say that one more time? Sorry, Meg. It's completely boggled my head, that.
It's supposed to. It's the point. In October 2023, he joined Byron Nelson as the only golfers to have won the same PGA Tour event twice in the same season. It's only happened twice in the history of our sport. The same golfer won the same event twice in the same season.
What's an event that happens twice a year, though?
Doesn't happen twice a year.
Yeah, twice a season.
Happened twice that year.
Or season.
Yeah.
So why, though? Why did it happen twice?
Why? Why did it happen? I'm just gonna. I'm not changing anything because what I'm actually going to do is completely ignore that clue.
Just ignore the shot. Just walk on.
It's gonna make me more confused.
Hit it. Don't even look where it goes.
I'm just gonna completely ignore it, like it didn't even happen.
Oh, God. Okay, so this is for par. If you don't get it here, you're going to be over par for this hole. Don't worry about it. Everyone's over par for this hole. Shot number 4. This is your tap-in. This mud lover's This mud lover gave himself his own nickname after a famous form of transport. This mud lover gave himself his own nickname after a famous form of transport.
This mud lover.
That's done it for me.
Yeah. Gave himself his own nickname after a famous form of transport. Do you know what the famous form of transport
I
is?
think so.
Okay, don't say anything.
I have no idea.
That's good.
This mud lover. I'm so confused.
If you're baffled in the comments, put baffled in the comments.
Have you got an idea?
No.
Muff?
Meth?
Any ideas?
Not a clue.
No. Tiger woofs.
Jeez. Happy with that one.
I really like that one.
There's like a steam whistle going off there.
Like a kettle.
That was in fact the podcast, not your kettle going off in the kitchen.
Yeah, your smoke alarm's not going off.
Yeah. Meth didn't react though. I thought that would have been high pitched stuff.
Yeah. No, you need to say the PP word for get him hyped. Okay, ready. This is, if you haven't got it now, I'll give you over par for this hole. Here is your bogey putt. This lovable character has 12 professional wins, with 3 of those coming on the PGA Tour. However, his highest major finishes are T16, T26, T8, and T2, all in the last 3 years. This lovable character has 12 professional wins, with 3 of those coming on the PGA Tour. However, his highest major finishes are T16, T26, T8, and T2, all in the last 3 years. Peter Finch has finished writing. Both of you two, you're in
drawing
Baffles.
blanks,
You're
yeah.
the mayor of Baffle City right now. Jacob is he's the town crier of Godditsville. And you look a little confused also.
Yeah, I'm in like a little rundown former mining town right now. It's kind of, there's hope on the horizon, and I've had glory days in the past, but I'm just looking for a way forward.
Do you think you talk about mining too much?
Well, it's his childhood. It's all he knows.
Just mining and mills and the industrial north.
Do you think you talk about the Industrial Revolution too often?
I don't think I talk about it enough.
Right.
Well, that was Preston's glory days.
What was the meme thing of like the Roman Empire?
Yeah, that's his Roman Empire.
You just think of the Industrial Revolution. People from Lancashire think about the Industrial Revolution every day.
What a time. What a time.
So, take us back, I say.
Yeah, brilliant. Loved it.
Okay, if you haven't got it now, I'm going to tell you who it is, so you're going to be double bogey for the hole. But don't worry, that's the worst you can do. Here we go. Yes. Today's player is South Korean young legend Kim Joo-hyung.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Mr. Tom Kim.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. So, how many times has he won on tour, do you say?
3.
He has won 3 PGA Tour events.
Yeah.
12
He
professional
won
events.
quickly.
3 PGA Tour
12
events.
professional events, right.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Sorry.
Do you know why the mud lover makes sense now?
No.
Because when you came back drunk as a fart from Troon and we were watching the tour coverage of like was it one of the PGA Championship or something?
Yeah, something like
and
that.
he fell in mud. Do you remember?
And he got out
And
and he was so happy about
he was
it.
covered in mud,
Covered in
caked
mud.
in it.
Like an
Very
action.
It was at Dundonald, yeah.
I came back drunk from Troon.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like something I would do.
You'd been
Was
with-
I ranting about the
It
Industrial
was the, when you
Revolution?
had to go
Carter.
and
You went out of the
you had to go and buy a tie and a blazer and stuff from Next or something. And then you went to the meal, you came back, and we were watching it on the telly. And as you came back in, he was mucking about in the mud.
And then you took a video like, Tom Kim.
I'm guessing is it Train? Is the
No, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not.
He's named after Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
He named himself after Thomas the Tank Engine.
The only bit I remember of that now is the bit of the meal that we went to.
Oh right, okay.
Not all of
Maybe
it.
that's why.
Okay, so
you don't remember the
He
mud
was
bit.
born 21st of June 2002, which makes him 22 years old.
22, 20, or 23.
Depending if he's had his birthday.
Yeah.
No, it's not been June yet, has it?
That's very
Oh,
true.
yeah, there you go, 22.
So he's 22.
How long ahead are we recording this podcast?
He was the second youngest ever winner on the Asian Tour. And I chucked a red herring in there because it was reduced to 54 holes because of smog. But I wanted you all to think that 54 was like
Could
a
have been
nice
live
little
thing.
live connection. But
And
it
you
wasn't.
did get me going there.
Very good.
So-
That's why I did that.
Okay, in
Yeah.
October 2023, he joined Byron Nelson as the only golfer to have
Yeah.
won the same PGA Tour event twice in the same season. the Shriners Children's Open used to be at the end of the season, or it used to be at the beginning of the season. So he won it there when it was at the beginning, and then they changed everything and they put it at the end of the same season, and he won it there as well.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
So he won it twice in the same golfing season. He gave himself his own nickname. That T2 was at the Open when we were there. Yeah.
Well, good for him. That's
How did we get on?
a double for me.
A double.
Birdie,
Double for me.
which is unheard of.
I don't know what that does to scores on the doors. That feels like it's probably evened up.
Well, let's think about it like this.
nicely.
Every hole is a new adventure, and let's not try to keep tabs on it this year because you won by so much last year that every hole is just going to be its own event. I think we should clap Jacob for winning.
No, I want to keep score.
No. But you can keep the
Sure
score.
you do.
God, it's so much effort to work out who's winning and who's not winning. Well done, Jacob. Jacob's the winner.
Thank you.
Okay, Mick, congratulations. Good quizzing.
But we all know that the real winner is Murph.
What a move. He doesn't look like a winner right now.
Murph does not.
No, he's already won. He's like asleep now. He's like,
We'll take you out in a second. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week. If you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do. If you're not following us Discord, we're in the description below. And if you're not listening to us on a favourite podcast provider, then
this is going really well.
I don't know what's happening. Okay, well, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, join the Discord, everyone. Oh,
Maybe.
throw
See you
yours.
later.
Throw yours.